Well, we are at the gym here, and I got my legs B session today, and it is the first legs B session back at full volume. So this is going to be interesting. Actually, the last video I filmed for you guys, or no, not the last one, but one of the last videos I filmed for you guys was my legs B training session. That was a D volume session. So now we are back at full volume. So basically means I'm going to be, just doing the amount of volume I normally do for each movement, and you guys will be able to see that. And the goal is, to take some progressions today and really get some momentum going with this gaining phase. And this is going to be good. We got stiff leg deadlifts on the menu today. That's going to be the highlight of the session, hopefully, and leg press, the main big movements of the day. So we're going to see how that goes. And we're going to get the mind right. And the goal is going to make progress. Now it's time to actually make improvements. So we want to gain some momentum today. I have some numbers in mind for some movements. So we're going to make that happen. So we got the legs B session today, and like I said, first legs B session back at full volume. So if you guys watched the last leg session I filmed, it was the legs B session, but it was a D volume session. So now I'm back to my normal volume. Overall very solid session. Started out with the adductor, which is what I normally start with. I actually missed out on it last week because it's like every time I was trying to get on it last week, someone was using it, and I didn't want to wait when I got done doing everything else for it. So that was the D volume session. So but we got back to it today. I do this on both of my leg sessions actually, so I did do it on my most recent legs A session as well. So this was overall pretty good. I just went in pretty much aiming to at least match performance from the last time I did the adductor, which was the session right before I did the D volume session. So I basically just matched reps. Actually, I think I was right at, I really just matched reps. So right at the same place I was before. But it was kind of a little awkward too, because these joggers I have, they're really nice and comfortable. These are actually my own custom joggers here. But trying to get trying to get that little extra stretch on the adductor machine, I was almost afraid to do it. So I actually maybe slightly limited my range of motion there. Just trying to really get one solid set of adductors in on my leg sessions, and for me that's been really good for now. But so I wasn't able to do the lying hamstring curl second, which is normally when I would do it, so I just went ahead and did these stiff legs. And so the last session, I only did one working set, so I brought back in my heavier set today. So I started out with this set, which typically I try to stick in the 8 to 10 rep range for the first set of stiff legs I do. And then for the second working set, somewhere around 4 to 6 rep. I would say really even around 3 to 6 rep range on that heavier set. And, I've been doing the high rep set first. And initially I was doing that because of skill. Just because when I first started this new routine, I wasn't as skilled at pulling from the floor. And I still honestly don't feel super skilled at it. So to be honest, because of that, I've just been sticking with this setup for now. But I actually just matched performance there from the last session. So I was a little disappointed actually, because honestly I was planning to, beat last session. But I think overall the control was I think the reps were a little bit cleaner. I think last session, my last rep was maybe not quite as clean, but I made up for it here on this set because I actually wasn't even expecting to get as many reps as I did with this today. Last session, of course, I didn't even go up this heavy. I just did 475. And even the previous leg session, when I did do these, I tried to do 515, and it ended up being only a single. So that was like a fail. And that was while I was still, dieting. That was just a big fail. But so to be able to do this was only 505. So not as heavy, but to be able to do it for 5 was a win. Because even looking back, the last time I did do 505, I only did 4 reps. So yeah, this was overall a win. I think that, next session, just having felt out, over 5 plates. Again, having done that this week, next session I'll be more primed to move that weight. And so here's the glute drive. So yeah, deep volume session, I only did 1 set. And so now that I'm back at normal volume, I added back in the top set there. And I was able to hit, 6 plates for, I believe it was 8. And I try to stay in the 8 to 10 rep range for that top set on the glute drive right now. And then in the back off, try to stick in the 12 to 15. And I ended up hitting just right at 12 reps here. So honestly, I would like to, get this to bump up a little bit next time. We'll see. I may end up bumping it up 5 pounds next session, or I might just keep 5 plates for the back off. But overall, this was good, So overall progressions, I really want to get this glute drive up, man. I really want to get back. I know I've been stronger at this in the past, but for the longest, when I was not training at this gym, I was actually using a different glute drive machine, one that's actually a lot harder than this one. But it feels a little different. So I'm having to get back. I'm still having to get used to this one again. I used to use this one a couple of years ago when I was training at a different gym, and then it's just had been a while since I've been using it until I came back to this one. But now I did the lying hamstring curls. So my order is a little different for the movements today, as you can see. I've had to switch it up because of the gym. I wasn't able to get on the lying hamstring curl second like I usually like to do. So I just had to do it a little later in the session. And because I did that, I was actually a bit fatigued. So my performance was actually down on the hamstring curls compared to the last session that I had done full volume when I looked back at numbers. But then again, I also did this different order, so it threw things off a bit. So yeah, not too surprised with performance. But I did 3 working sets, which is what I typically will do on this legs B session. 3 working sets to the lying. And then typically, I do 3 working sets to the seated on the legs A session. So that's kind of how I split up my hamstring curls. And so here's the leg press. We got the top set here. I do top set, back off set. It was nice to get back under this weight. Last week I only did 7 plates for just 1 working set. And so, I haven't even touched this much weight recently on the leg press. And it felt a bit heavy on I actually warmed up with 8 plates just to touch it, to feel it. And it felt very heavy. But I knew based upon previous numbers I should be able to hit this. So I was able to get 10 reps here, and overall happy with how they came up. And looking back, it looks like I could have actually done a few more reps if I had really pushed it. So yeah, I'm happy with that. But this was a win. So then, moving forward next session, I'm going to move up the weight maybe 10 pounds. That's going to be the plan. I typically try to stay in the 8 to 10 rep range for this top set. And you'll see, and you did see there that I rested some at the top before I came back down for reps. So I did those slight resets at the top on my top set for this leg session. And then you'll see here how I do the back off where I keep it continuous. And as you can see here too, I wanted to actually show this, just the setup. I'm looking at my feet, making sure my feet are even and everything. Taking my time, I'm not rushing into these sets. And, that's one thing I sometimes like to show on these clips. Sometimes that's why I like to have them a little bit longer, where you're seeing some of the setup and whatnot, because, I'm really taking my time, before these working sets. I'm not just rushing into things. And so back off set was a win. I did 7 plates for actually 20 for the last session, and that was the D volume session. So that was like the only set I did. I didn't have a top set prior to it, and then this session I felt like I could do this weight for at least 12 reps, which the goal for me on the back off is 12 to 15 reps. So I was pretty confident there, and I actually hit 15, so that was a win. And so, yeah, try to keep these reps continuous so I'm not resting at the top, and just trying to keep that tempo consistent here. And yeah, both of these sets, looking back, it looks like I could have done maybe some more reps, more so getting back used to this load and whatnot. But it's more so like me being aware of that, and I can use that as data moving forward into next week, knowing like how much weight I could add. But I'm probably just going to do like a 10-pound increase on the top set and back off set next session. That's going to be the plan. But yeah, definitely happy with how that went, man. I'm really looking forward to getting the leg press up to a place I haven't. I'm looking forward to getting this leg press up to somewhere I haven't been before. I haven't really been using this specific leg press for too long, so I'm still not like super like used to it, I guess you could say. So we'll see what we can get the strength up to, but I'm not at my peak quite yet. I'm not where I was, some weeks back. So yeah, but split squat, 1 working set, 12 to 15 rep range, and this is a win. This is a win because I think I had done like 12 reps for the last session. Or for the last legs B session at least. That was the D volume session, but I did 15 here, and so yeah, it was overall solid, and I'm happy with how these look too. And as you can see on these, I try not to rest too long at the top as well. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to film the other side because my phone died, but yeah, and I did do standing calf raises as well. 3 sets, but I did them actually at the very start of the session because of just the exercises that I wanted to do were being used, so I had to do it that way. But very good session, solid wins in the book. We got momentum. So that's going to be the end of the video. Just wanted to take you guys through my most recent leg session. I cannot talk, man. It is what it is. We're leaving that in there. But, yep, so the end of another session, and another session back at full volume. So now it's exciting because now I can really look forward to taking more progressions, because it's just more realistic now that I'm in a surplus. And yeah, so we're looking forward to getting these stiff legs up to somewhere I've never been to before. So that's a goal. That's a goal, is to really do things I've never done before now. And that's how growth will occur. So that's it, guys. And peep this fire shirt, by the way. This thing is sick. If you don't know who this guy is, I really don't know what to tell you. It's a disappointment if you don't know who this is. But comment below if you don't know who this is, because this is a legend right here. Just know that. But yeah, guys, that's it. So we out.